about the obvious, because some people are saying this in the room, and we're hearing this, and obviously people in many circles feel like Jay Z is the GOAT, king of rap. They even call him Hove, right? How does Jay
He
Z
called
stack
himself
up?
Hove first.
Huh?
He called himself Hove first, but yeah.
Right. Yes, yes. But how does Jay Z stack up against LL's massive hits? Like,
So what?
what does Jay Z have for radio? Like, let's just say that there's a situation where there is a versus and LL plays a record like radio. What does Jay Z play?
I don't know. Like his hits are different in that regard.
Yeah,
And this is what I mean about well incomparable in the sense that it's like his hits are kind of like for the times. But Mike, I would say to you, what are Jay's five most iconic hits? I immediately thought Hard Knock Life,
okay.
and after that, what? What would you say?
Well, that was the first one DeCarlo said in the
Give
chat.
it to
Hard
me.
Knock
I
Life.
just want to love you. Give it to me.
You know what? It's funny you say that. I think "Give It to Me" probably has lasted the longest of pretty much all of his records. It's one
It
of
feels
those.
that way. It
Yeah,
feels that way, and it didn't feel that way when that record came out. But yeah,
I always felt that way. It was something different about that record that he was doing on there. Like it was the perfect balanced party record for him. He sounded comfortable on it. It was the
very comfortable.
Neptunes, they were on fire, and it had a really dope hook and melody to it. So yeah, I think "Give It to Me" has lasted longer, but I don't know if "Give It to Me" beats "And Around the Way Girl."
That's what I'm saying. So so let's go to the two records that we just bought up, and if the people got other records, bring them in. Are those as iconic? Because when I was talking about Snoop and Big and Pac earlier, that's what I mean. It's like no, I can go to about 5 to 7 singles that I have, and it's like no, that's iconic.
Well, let me go to some of the people in the chat, because some of the records that people are naming, we got Dead Presidents, we got You Don't Know, we got H to the Izzo, we got PSA. We can break down all of this because
No,
we
those are
got a little
all
bit of
dope
time today.
records. But what I'm trying to tell you is
Yeah,
that are those iconic singles? Like PSA is a masterful record. It's not an iconic single.
yeah, I agree with you.
Dead
Somebody,
Presidents is.
JC88 says Jay don't have a I Need Love record. Shannon
That's
Williams says I think Jay Z would beat LL, but not by a lot. Niz 1978 says LL that dude. Okay, let's get to some more of the songs though. LL has more versatility. I can give you that too. We got Dead Presidents, Brooklyn's Finest, Money Ain't a Thing, Big Pimpin'. I love Jay, and I think as a lyricist, he's a better lyricist than L. But I don't think these songs match up with some of these iconic LL
that's what
records.
I'm trying to say. Is
We
that like
got
money
Public.
ain't a thing? Money ain't a thing. How about this? If L were to make money ain't a thing, that might not even make his greatest hits, Mike.
No, it might not. Public service announcement. We got Niggas in Paris, Izzo, Song
Niggas in
Cry.
Paris is a good look.
Can I Get Her? I think that's one of
Can
his
I get
bigger
her?
records. It sounds a little dated though, but it
That's
is
what
what it
I'm
is.
saying. Okay, so Mike
Big
is can I
Pimpin'. Okay.
Big Pippin, but all these records. So listen to those records. How iconic do they sound next to "I'm Bad," "Rock the Bells," "Jingling Baby," "Mama Said Knock You Out," "Lounging," "Doing It," "Radio"?
That's a whole problem, man.
It's the whole problem. That's what I mean. Is like his iconic hits. No, they're iconic hits, like the level that like Pac and Big and Snoop made iconic
Because
hits, like
Money Cash
iconic,
Hoes,
iconic.
which is mentioned too, Money Cash Hoes,
No, I'm
Girls,
talking
Girls,
about Money
Girls,
Cash Hoes.
those aren't iconic records.
They're not.
They're not. Like
Nigga, what
I think
nigga?
to
Who's
put it,
more
let's put it
iconic?
in context, right? If we're talking about the top 30 hip hop songs of all time, legitimately, what Jay Z songs are in there, and how many of those does he have in there?
Mike, and I'll tell you something, and most people have them one and two, and you and I go back and forth about it. I feel the same way about Nas as I do in this situation that I do about Jay. I don't know if they necessarily have one song for certain that would register in the top 30. Not for certain.
Yeah, it's debatable, and I think even with Nas, the one that I would nominate as a single and all that shit is probably "Made You Look."
Made You
That would be
Look,
my
Mike.
nomination.
Made You Look or The World Is Yours would be the selections that come to mind in terms of his singles, in terms of like
Right.
iconic. and actually like being the song that belongs there. And with Jay, I would probably go Dead Presidents.
I think The World Is Yours was crippled by the incredible album it was on. Because for a lot of people, that might not even be their favorite song on the album. You know what I
Such a
mean?
masterful record, Mike. So beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So
It's yeah,
beautiful.
it's
It's a
incredible,
beautiful
man. I
song.
love it. Um, yeah,
Pete Rock, man. Oh.
I'm sorry, man. LL will be a real problem for Jay in the verses, and
But it's like as much. But this is what I'm saying is like as much as I love like Dead Presidents and like The World Is Yours, it's like that's not nothing but a G thing. That's not Cream. That's not Fight the Power. It's not Rock the Bells. It's not Dear Mama. It's not the One More Chance remix.
it's
not
not
I'll Be
Ones.
There For You. It's not Award Tour.
No,
It's
it's not.
not.
It's not.
It's
No,
not.
no, I agree. It's
What
not
it
Paid in
is.
Full. It's not Eric B. is
It's not Eric
president.
B. as president. It's not.
It's not. It's not a children's
Not.
story.
It's not a children's story. No, you're
It's
right.
not Hey Young World. It's not. I mean, there's
It's
levels.
not.
It's not Mind Playing Tricks on Me. It's
It's
not.
not Mind Playing Tricks on Me. It's not
It,
Never Seen a Man Die either.
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Fight the Power. It's not
Not
Welcome
Fight
to
the
the
Power.
Terror Dome. I mean, just
Nothing's
being
Fight the Power,
honest,
Mike.
man. Like, if we're talking about song for song, L fits
Yeah.
in that. Those guys made great projects on a consistent basis, and they're incredible lyricists. You know what I
Like
mean?
if you
But
want to talk about on some rap shit, it's like, oh, if we just talking about like on some rap song shit, it's like, well, I mean, six or seven records on Illmatic gonna make the top 100 records like easy, and he gonna have other records in there. But we talking like singles, like songs released
yeah,
for mass consumption. Oh,
you
that's
know,
different.
I think the narrative out here might be a little bit off kiltered in a sense where we're talking about nobody wants to do a versus with Busta. I think nobody really wants to do a versus with LL. I think
The
that's
whole
where the
problem, Mike.
real conversation is.
When Mike, understand when I'm talking about people that have the same level of iconic songs, two of those people are gone, and I only brought up three people.
I think there's nobody left. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen LL and KRS. I think that would have been very entertaining just based on song selection. And I think,
Like actually, like Mike Pac would have been a good battle for L because Pac has jams for the ladies the way L does, and he has them at the level that L's has them. He has Temptations. He has Keep Your Head Up. He has I Get Around.
yeah, I think a
Yeah.
certain pocket of Pac's, I guess, just his influence had to come from L. Obviously
versatility.
he's very Chuck D meets LL meets Ice Cube. Put them all in a bunch, even if you want to
Mike,
throw
I mean,
Scarface in there.
Mike, I mean, we all know, like, because, I mean, his biopics have said so. Big Chuck D fan, big Ice Cube fan. So,
But
you
his
can
mass
definitely,
appeal and his ability to be marketable, that comes from L.
yeah.
And
No,
that
no, no.
approach and the how do you want it and all that stuff, that comes from L.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one with the iconic singles, like for the ladies, that can like offset. Because it's like, oh no, you can put How Do You Want It up against Lounge, and you can put Dear Mama up against like, what I'm saying, I Need Love.
So do you think
You know,
LL will beat Jay-Z in the verses? Based
Jay
on
got.
everything we just said and kind of broke down a little bit.
So how about this? I think it could go actually kind of comparably for the way that it went in this Buster and LL thing, except for it would happen to L. L would still win all his iconic hit stuff,
Hmm.
but then Jay would win everything else. So L would probably win about 8 to 10 at the most, and Jay would take the rest because PSA and stuff like that, and a million and one questions and Streets is watching. He start dropping those. L really don't got nothing for those per
But what if
se.
L just stays with the hits? Because he has the ability to do that. Because he doesn't have to adjust to what Jay's
Well,
doing.
okay. Let's talk about what are his like? Let's talk about what are LL's iconic hits, and let's number them since you're saying that. I Can't Live Without My Radio. One.
One.
Would you put Loungin' up there?
I love Lounging. I don't know if it's an iconic game-changing hit, so I
Okay.
wouldn't say so. Not at the level of what his are.
Okay. So I Need a Beat.
I Need a Beat, yes.
So two. Rock the Bells.
Yes.
Doing It.
Yes.
So that's four. I Need Love.
Yes.
That's five. Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yes.
Six. I'm Bad.
Yes.
7, Jingling Baby.
Huh. Yes.
8, and I think Lounging is almost there, and that's what I'm saying.
Around the
No, I
Way
think,
Girl is the one that I would
and
say is.
oh yeah, I'm sorry, Around the Way Girls. So that's 9. And so what I'm saying, that's what I mean is like, no, I could see him getting about 8 to 10 off of anybody off the records we just named. Because Mike, Lounging and Jingling Baby are the weakest records that we just named. How many people can get to single number 9 or 10 and have a Lounging or a Jingling Baby?
You're right. And what if we were to put Give It To Me against a Lounging or Excuse Me Miss against a Lounging? Lounging wins that. To me. Like I said, I like the matchup of Give It To Me and Lounging.
But here's what I'm saying. But Mike, after those 8 to 10 records that we just named, I could see Jay taking everything else, but that would make it a competitive and more interesting battle than people think.
I think that's the matchup.
Because didn't we just name like 10 L records? It's like,
yeah. And again, there's some things left off when it comes to L. Like, what if you went out there and, like I said, did a Jack the Ripper or some shit?
Well, I mean,
like
so
that?
Mike, so even when you say this, it's like, where would you put Reservoir Dogs up against a 4-3-2-1 or I Shot You remix?
No.
So that's what I mean.
Don't
is
even
it's like
register.
So we didn't even name those records when we named like his iconic
Exactly.
hits. He still got those. And Mike, and we
Jay
didn't name
doesn't
Hey
have a
Lover.
posse record that goes up against any of those.
Yeah. This can't be life, but I mean, he can't.
Nah, that ain't really a posse record though. But yeah, I mean, it's 3 guys on a record, 3 superpowers, of course.
Yeah. Guess who's back? I mean, those are yeah.
No.
Those are pretty high up there, but it's not this. You're right, Mike. 4-3-2-1 and I Shot You remix is like
You know who's the better matchup for LL, and I'm surprised no one's saying this because I guess everyone hates this guy's guts. Kanye West is the better matchup, to be honest. And Kanye West could possibly have more iconic records than Jay-Z does.
I could give you that possibly, Mike. Yeah.
For his era, yeah.
Through
Jesus
the Wire.
Walks.
Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
Gold Digger.
Diamonds.
Yeah. Mike, he got some B-side
Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Legendary too. Can't Tell Me Nothing. Stadium Flow, yeah. I tell people that Stadium Flow, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good Life.
Y'all sleeping?
No, Mike, you valid assertion with Ye.
DeCarlo says Kanye will wash L. Listen.
Ye's a whole problem for anybody. Like, don't like.
I think Kanye might be the unbeatable one.
You would have to get him to sign a contract that says you can only do the records and verses that are on Kanye West albums.
Like I said, we need a Kanye West versus Kanye West.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
We need a Kanye the artist versus Kanye the producer because he's unbeatable outside.
No, Mike. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about because we're literally probably like in the next couple of days about to start working on the 2021 hip hop yearbook. We need to do our Ye versus Ye in the 2021 yearbook and like put it up and put our list up. And also too, Mike, that might be the most insightful thought I heard somebody have this year about the verses when you said that.
I mean, it needs to
Ye versus Ye.
Ye versus Ye, man. And yeah,
I told you, Mike, he would love it. He would be the first person there to sign up. Me? You want me to go versus me? Mike, I can see the whole scene in my me versus me. That's what, Mike, it's what he's been waiting for.
Yeah. You have a beat machine on one side and you have a mic stand on the other. It's like the artist versus the producer.
I mean, Mike, he would be there for 6 hours.
I think the artist would beat the producer, though. And that's the startling part. And he's probably a top 3 hip-hop producer all time.
No, Mike, that's the shady part is when you pull out his catalog and realize he still kept the best shit for himself.
Well, I mean, what's he supposed to do?
Do what RZA did.
Well, RZA's not the MC that Kanye is. Are we ready to concede the fact that Kanye is the best MC producer ever in hip hop?
Yes, we're conceding at this point in the game.
Who's number 2? Q-Tip?
Huh?
Q-Tip's number 2?
Yeah.
And RZA's 3?
Yeah.
I've always viewed RZA as like the best lyricist when it comes to.
He's the best lyricist.
But when it comes to the Bobby Digital albums, I like stuff on it. You know what I mean? But I can't say. Yeah. Come on, man. I mean,
NYC everything,
yeah, yeah.
domestic violence. My loving is
Well, you know
digi.
that Holocaust verse on Holocaust is one
Yeah.
of the best verses I've ever heard in hip
Yeah,
hop,
no, no,
though.
no, no. Just like lyrically speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you fall into an endless tunnel of doom reality. Graphically, my killer bee family stings the galaxy, insanity, titanium, stomach devouring Guinness. My flesh is solid stone despite my outer appearance. And he was like, kills disease, virus, and see, I always get tripped up there. Make him
yeah.
sneeze out, tumor so bad, lost facial features, waste your peoples out in the rain, fountains of pain, 80 shots to the mouth and the brain, shouting my name. Holocaust, black man whose veins slither with thorns, rap smack you so hard, all your seeds to be born to form. Swarm dorm, fling verbs like mean curves, strike three, mics flee, I infect them with green germs, ringworm. I think that verse is better than the
Not
Triumph
bad, Mike.
verse. Because
Not
I'm
bad, Mike.
guilty and guilty, dazzling, masterly. My felony melody has to be a bastard's masterpiece. Stop grafting me, chump ass niggas. I am me, tempt me. I break it down simply. I'm horrifyingly empty. It's just like, dude.
Hold on, Mike. Mike, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why the Triumph verse is better, and it actually speaks to something that Jizza talks about on as high as Wu Tang gets. Too many songs, weak rhymes is mad long. Make it brief, son. Half short, twice strong. So Deck's verse is more compact and just as strong, and that's a harder feat to do as a lyricist. Is to compact the intensity of the lyricism
No, you're
for
right.
mass consumption and do it at a high level, and that's why Triumph is so high because he breaks it down lyrically, but he breaks it down simply,
No, you're right.
abomatomically.
You're right.
Socrates' philosophies and high prophecies can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically performed armed robbery. Every word is important.
Fleeing with the lottery. Possibly they spotted.
Possibly they spotted me.
And
Yeah.
he had like a smaller window to do it too. I got to
That's what
give
I
it to him.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the window. It's like you did that in that window to that level with that clarity.
What do you think about cannabis and the fact that cannabis would just get on records and just go? And
No,
what Nas
Mike,
was able to do on verbal intercourse.
Mike,
Yeah.
you can go to anybody who knew me in high school when cannabis was coming out. I used to say, I said, all that is great. Give me DMX. And people looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, no, it sounds like that guy can make a song and the other guy can't.